Okay, so yes, as I said, we're going to be doing two meditations today, and they may be about of equal length, maybe about 15 minutes each. The first one will be a breath-based practice, and then the second one a body-based practice, and perhaps a little taking in the good of this springtime. So finding a position or a posture that feels right for you to practice in. And this may be lying, or it may be sitting, or perhaps even standing. Just first, just sensing into the motivation that's brought you here today to practice. And also being aware, do you feel this motivation in your body? How does it show up? And simply noticing, how are we feeling in this moment? So, not a little earlier before you arrived in practice, not yesterday. I'm not even anticipating how you might be feeling next, but simply present, now, here. How does it feel? And whatever's showing up for you, just a little encouragement towards the idea that we are enough in this moment. We are enough. And being curious about the breath, as if this is the first breath you've noticed. And maybe today this is the first breath you've noticed. What does the breath feel like in the body? And bringing the awareness to the small, subtle sensations of the breath, perhaps on the tip of the nose, the back of the throat, tuning into the finer detail of the breath. And then also the more gross movements of the breath. The swing and sway of the ribs. The subsiding and softening of the belly. And any little echoes we may feel in the rest of the body. And bringing a curiosity to the quality of the breath, the depth, the length. How no two breaths are the same. And also having this awareness that the breath is warmed by our kindness, by our compassion to ourselves. And I always like to tune into the sensation of the touch of the breath, to how the breath moves the clothes on the body, how this sensation feels. Maybe there's some gentleness, some soothing that we find in the breath itself. This lovely anchor, carry around with us all of the time. And if the mind wanders, as minds always do, just noticing the wandering, gently leading it back to the practice. allowing the breath to be this anchor in this practice. And I'm just going to offer you this poem by Hannah Stevenson, which is ancient language. If you stand at the edge of the forest and stare into it, every tree at the edge will blow a little extra oxygen towards you. It has been proven. Leaves have admitted it. The pines I have known have been especially candid. One said that all breath in this world is roped together. That breathing is the most ancient language. Just allowing those words to land gently with you, perhaps noticing any resonance in the body. Maybe accepting this invitation of breathing with nature, with the trees, this one shared breath. All of the breath in the world is roped together. This breathing is the most ancient language. Each breath we share with this community, with our communities, with nature, with this springtime, one shared breath. Just resourcing our bodies, this soothing, compassionate, tender breath. Resting a little in the pause between the breath. This gentle, peaceful pause as we exhale and before the new breath begins. And just beginning now slowly to bring this first practice to a close in your own time and in your own way. Maybe bringing a little movement into the body. So if we all feel ready to begin the second practice, and you're welcome to choose a different posture if this feels right for you. Allowing the awareness to really drop into the body, having a strong sense of the body, the weight of the body. And allowing ourselves to rest back onto this earth. And perhaps noticing how much body desires to be connected to the earth. The warmth, the beauty, and the impermanence that we're all a part of. Just allowing the body to feel grounded by the earth, by our relationship with the earth. And can we notice any glimmers of spring in the body itself? Does your body feel different in spring? Just tuning into any sensations, this kind of interesting, curious inquiry, our springtime body. What does that feel like? Maybe there's changes that we're noticing as the days are lengthening, a change in the light. Perhaps you have an awareness of spring as you breathe. Maybe the sense of spring. Maybe there's a change in the air quality. Maybe you can hear spring around you. Maybe there's bird song. Maybe you can hear people outside as the temperatures rise a little. Just notice how you receive these sounds, if you can hear anything. And being aware of all we carry in our heart, all the emotions, all the feeling tones. Maybe you feel really attuned to the season of spring, the growth, the emergence, the possibility. Maybe there's a little resistance. Maybe you're not quite ready for this season yet. Just being aware of whatever emotions are showing up for you in this moment. And often it's not just one emotion. We're quite complex creatures, have layers of emotion. Seeing if we can have this attitude of being with, befriending, whatever's here in our experience, just gently, kindly, compassionately. Always knowing that we're grounded through the body, through the breathing body. And in truth, spring isn't all about growth and delight. We do have a tendency to idealize nature. There's a great deal of competition happening as territories are being mapped out. There's plenty of failed projects as nests are being built and then abandoned for new sites. And so we too can sit amidst this complexity without wishing for it to be any different. It's simply as it is in this moment, in this body. The accomplishments, the endeavours that don't go quite as planned, alongside perhaps the energy and the exuberance of the season. Just resting in the midst. Sitting quietly, doing nothing. Spring comes and grass grows by itself. Sitting quietly, doing nothing. Spring comes and grass grows by itself. Without the need to change or shape or control our experience. Just allowing ourselves to rest in the midst of all that's here. Just gently embracing all that's here. Just the transient nature of everything. Whether that be our pleasure or our pain. From moment to moment it shifts and alters and changes. And just a gentle invitation now to bring to your awareness a little spring sight, an indication of spring. Maybe it's the colour of flowers or trees, something in nature, a scent or a sound. Just leaning into something that feels attuned to spring, that brings you a little joy, a little delight. Feeling into whatever it is that you've chosen. Just leaning towards the good, towards the joyful. If it helps to place a hand on the heart or another part of the body as we do this, just this little taking in the good practice. Is there some delight in spring that you're just leaning towards? Having this felt sense of spring in the body, in the heart, in the awareness. And just as we're bringing this practice to a close, allowing yourself some time to move from the practice. We can do this with a little movement, a stretch. Thank you everyone for practicing today.